Lloyd Henry Whitfield Jr. June. My mom called me June sometimes. I was born in Hempstead, Long Island, and I moved here to Charlotte in 2002. It was actually not long after 9/11, like the whole scare, I guess. Like, it wasn't really the scare, man. My parents always wanted to move here and get away from New York because, like, the schools sucked up there, and like everybody I knew got in trouble, and like all my cousins were like in and out of jail and shit. So it's like, get him the fuck out of here because he's actually working on shit. I don't know, music kind of found me because when it was around the time of the Rockefeller era, I remember like Kanye and Just Blaze was making all the beats, and I was more in tune with like the sound of beats. I always had been, but it was like, you know, of course you got your favorite artists, but once like people like Kanye, the producer became the artist, it was like, all right, now you got to look at this guy, and you got to look at other things that they do and what they see, and you know, different sounds, and they would use samples. And samples was big in hip hop because people were already familiar with the sound of where it came from. So that already caught your ear. And then what they did with it was their creation. So that was their art. You know, eventually it just came to me, and I went to school. I went to North Carolina A&T. I thought I was going to be playing ball there, walking on. Met the coach, went to practices, worked out with the team and shit. And it just didn't work out because my coach didn't send the clearinghouse papers. My cousin Matt, he was at the school with me. His campus was like across the university. I used to go over there because he made beats. And I just watching shit, I see what he was doing, the patterns he was using and shit. It's like, you know, and I kind of wanted to apply it myself, and he just sat me down and he like kind of went over shit with me a little bit. Of course, like I was making beats within 3 weeks time of that, I finally started making shit. I forgot about football and everything. It was pretty crazy.
Green Bay Packers, Super Bowl rings, climbing to success, spending what it brings. Lance Armstrong, frequently I'm winning. Magic Johnson flow, sickest nigga living.
I mean, I really sucked in the beginning, but nobody told me that. Because it's like, all right, if you're really passionate and you really think you're good at this, nobody's gonna tell you really suck. My relationship with my father, man, it's a pretty cool one because, you know, like, not to down talk my surroundings or how I grew up, but a lot of my friends didn't have their fathers. You know, he was kind of a little bit of a father figure to everybody at the same time, so it was always pretty cool. All my friends come through, all my friends fuck with my dad a lot and shit, and, you know, he jokes on them and, like, he lets them hang out, you know, he buys some pizza. He used to coach us in the basketball league at Kennedy Park.
I was the coach of the basketball team. Oh yeah. I tell you, we played at a high level, man. We didn't like to lose. So, you know, when you practice hard, you win hard. You know, the more you put into anything, that's what you're gonna get out of it. You know, if you don't put nothing into anything, you're not gonna get nothing out of it. What you got on that? 30 bucks.
Oh my God, it's a nightmare sometimes, but you know, we coexist now, man. Now that I'm a little bit older and he respects the fact that I'm a man, it's like, it's a little bit different now. In the beginning, he kind of didn't want to, I didn't want to overstep my boundaries and shit, and you know, then I can't say how I feel about stuff because he's running the business, but you know, now he knows that, I think he sees that I'm going after what I'm going after and how good I've gotten at it, and he kind of respects that, and now it's like, he'll ask me my opinion on some things sometimes, and it'll make more sense to him, and he'll change the way he's gonna do something because, like, you know, I kind of gave him another direction to go with it.
Yeah, yeah, hey, hey. Yeah, hey, hey. Ladies, 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 ladies. Yeah, yeah. Listen. Hey, hey, I don't need no intro. This shit so fresh
projection, they don't ever learn a lesson. I can't even stress on my master of the possession. States with the ocean breeze, Benz coupe, gold wing, helipad in the back. You only see me when I leave. Rich nigga swag, and she fuck on top my luggage. Man, I swear this bitch trippin', acting like she never had shit. Open like Sean Clutches, but she can get wetter. Spilled champagne on my Kevin Vane leathers. Yeah, like that. I be taking niggas hoes, but I don't never keep the bitch.
You know, I learned it and I saw how easy it was, and I couldn't help, like, sometimes I had witty thoughts, or I thought things were easy, or, you know, it's just the pictures you can paint. And I held it back for a while, and then it was like, finally I felt like, yo, I can do this.
Going on 2 years since I started this. Heard and wonder why a nigga rap hard as shit. If you was in my shoes, you would hate the view. The absence of anything there to lose. It's evidence I'm dope, ain't shit to prove. C4 in the booth from the bomb, but they ain't feeling that. They buying in the hype, trendy shit and nothing behind the mic. Should've stayed making beats and videos, plus getting shows how I eat. Really though, cuz said get a flow.
Even the first song that I let anybody hear wasn't the first song I recorded. It was like the 5th song I recorded, because I knew it was gonna take a second before I got there. So I did like 3 different, no, it was 3 records. I did 3 different records, and the 4th one I did, I played it for Cuddy, Swipe heard it. Shit, everybody heard it after a while. After about a week went by, everybody, they kind of like let each other hear it and shit. It was like, yo, he's rapping.
704, that's outside shit. Split your game, nigga, talk your shit.
I got so used to rapping on other people's shit and painting other pictures that I wanted to get my own lane. And that's when it got more creative, because it was like, all right, I don't want to sound like everybody else. There's things that I know that other people don't know about these beats, or shit, rhyming patterns that you can put with these things like I can to these beats, because I made them.
Gold chain, camo jacket, yacht snapback. My flow is close to the stove, this how I cook crack. Hot as Satan's drawers, how dare you ever doubt me? I heard that the Illuminati been trying to scout me.
I look at the J. Cole's and the Kanye's and any rapper who makes their own beats now, and it's like, yo, they took it to another level. It's like, where you start at and where you're at now, it's like you really have to. It's hard work, but it can be done. But sometimes you gotta get your influence from outside a lot of times, because it ain't easy though.
Pulled up on the scene, all them bitches looking, throw up yachts like it's the Rock. Bitch, you smelling what I'm cooking? Rotten passenger with Cuddy, charger 22s is hooking. Just scoop J from Charlotte Douglas, so he fresh up out of Brooklyn. And we downtown steezing, cleaner than the others. Flyest niggas in the city since the fucking Wright brothers.